Okay, I want to make a recording for, here I'm going to turn up my audio a little bit. For the assignment 2, the PC purchase, plus really what I want to do is go over parts of a PC. So I went to the HP website that I have a link on our course webpage. Let me go to that real quick. And assignment 2 right here basically, and that took me to this page. And so then I hit shop, and I'm going to shop laptops, and then I'm going to customize a laptop, and then which one do I want to choose? I'm going to choose one of the ones with the Intel processor. This one right here, customize and buy. Okay. All right. So, again, like I mentioned earlier, my objective with this is to I want you to be comfortable to go into a store or go online like this here and be able to purchase a PC and know things that you need or don't need. So let's go step by step here on what some of this stuff is. So the very first thing they ask us to choose is the color of the outside. So really, whatever you want. Nightfall black, Poseidon blue. I don't know what those are. I'm just going to leave mine silver. So here, okay, operating system. Windows 10 Home. This is 64-bit. Everything nowadays is 64-bit, but they left the 64 on there. Ever since like the mid-2000s probably, everything's gone 64-bit. So for $70 more, you can get the Windows 10 Pro operating system. This operating system, I'm not 100% sure the difference between Home and Pro, but I know a couple things. Number one, if you needed to run some sort of network at home, or you wanted to share internet where internet Ethernet cable came into your machine, and then you wanted people to connect to your machine to have a little network, or maybe you wanted to host a website, you could host it on Windows 10 Pro. Other things like that, you would want Windows Pro 64. But if you're just using it for your home PC and you connect to the internet and you do Word and you shop and you maybe do a little bit of computing, I'm sure this one here would be completely fine. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to leave that included in the price. So if you're doing a small business, though, a home business, you might want this, maybe. Processor, graphic, and memory. So here we have the Intel Core i5. So, and there's all these things. So the i5 is the architecture of the processor, which is the processor is the chip in your machine that does all the actual computing, that decodes the instructions. Okay. So the different I's here are number of transistors and things like that. So the higher the number generally is better, but that doesn't mean that the i5 is a bad chip at all. Okay. And this is going to be the generation. Okay. So i5, they've been making i5s for years, and every year they come out with a newer generation. Okay. So for example, the i5, the 2020 i5 would be nicer than like a 2005 i7 for sure. Okay, this is the clock speed, 1.1 gigahertz. Obviously, in general, the faster the clock speed, the faster your machine is going to run. This thing right here. This is 6 megabyte of cache memory that's built into the processor itself. You need to take the operating system course to completely understand this, but at the end of the day, the really most common things, instructions that are run, get stored into cache. So you want some cache, but you don't need a lot of it. Believe it or not, you don't need a lot of it. 4 cores. This is for when you're running software that's truly multi-programmed. It can run different processes on each core. That's one program running multiple processes on a core. This has 4 cores. Most software doesn't even make use of 4 cores. At the most software that I know of uses 2 cores. But maybe some of the newer stuff does, and certainly in the future they might start to use more than 2 cores. Okay, and then This is going to be a separate graphics card, 8 gig of memory on board. This is huge. This means that this graphics card is in itself a little computer because it has memory. It's going to have its own processor, so that's really nice. So you can see, and that's basically the same thing. Here's the i7, it's a little bit nicer generation. So what's the difference here? There's a $10 difference between this one and this one. And notice how you're moving up on the graphics card. The option, you're going to have to choose a different display option if you choose these upper processors. So you can see the difference here is you're getting a nicer graphics card. What is the graphics card? That's the thing that runs your graphics on your machine. It's very important to have a nice one because that removes all the processing from the processor to run your graphics card, which speeds up the overall usage of your machine because it's not wasting time, or not wasting, it's not spending time rendering any graphics. So here the memory is much more important. So that's the difference between these. I'm going to just select this i7 here just because I don't want to get that warning. This is if you're going to actually get a built-in wireless provider. I don't think they have an option here for this. This is like if you wanted to use the Verizon or something, cell towers. So apparently on this machine, that's not an option. It's usually not on laptops. Usually this is more like an iPad type of thing. The display, so again, that's totally up to you. If you are a graphic designer, you're an art major, you're an animator, you want the best thing. And then, of course, you want a higher-end processor. But I'm going to stick down here with this simple. So 13.3, that's not too big. These are, it looks like they're smaller. But the one nice thing about a smaller screen is your laptop is smaller and lighter. So, for example, the laptop I use has a 15-inch one. So, but 13.3 isn't bad. But I'm sure this thing is nice and thin and light. And look, it's certainly HD 1920. This is 1,920 pixels across the top of the screen by 1,080 pixels down. And hopefully, if you went over some of that concept, you saw my notes, you understand completely what a pixel is. It's kind of an interesting topic, actually, I think. Okay, so those are, and basically, the higher up you go, the faster the faster the screen is going to resolve. Plus, look at this resolution here; it's amazing, 3840 by 2160. I mean, this has got to be the 4K stuff that they're talking about. So if you watched the movies on your laptop, like it's the only thing you had in your dorm room or something, you might want to spend extra money on this. Or if all you do is you're an English major and you just type up papers, certainly this would be fine. Okay, storage. So what we have here is this is a 256 gig, which sounds small, but this is a solid state drive. This is basically a gigantic flash drive, and that's why it's small. They're really, really fast. Compared to, if you remember the notes from the concepts, the other type of hard drive is the one where there's a disk that physically spins. So these are super fast. The only issue is 256 is really small. So you could fill that up with software in no time. Okay. Certainly if I was buying this laptop, I would at least upgrade to the 512. This machine, I can tell right now, this machine is going to be super fast just because of this right here. This is one of the things you could do. The best things you could do to speed up the overall use of your machine is to buy one of these SD hard drives. They're really, really fast. Okay. This must be another 512 solid state drive, but with another 32 gig of cache memory. Again, you have to go back to the notes for what the cache does, but basically the most frequently used things get stored in it. It's like a buffer. It's including the we're going to get a special for Christmas, so I'm going to leave that on there. Here's a 1 terabyte. So for 70 more bucks, you're getting all the way to 1 terabyte. I'm going to do this 1 terabyte with the internal memory. It looks at a huge jump here, $280 for the 2 terabyte. But you can see this. This is this is certainly the best deal. So I'm gonna select that. Not that it really matters. Warranty. Okay, here's the story. My opinion. I get this question a lot from people. Should I buy a warranty? And here's my 2 cents on it. If you if you rely on your laptop to get, like, either for your job or for your grades on school, and if it goes down for a day, your grades will suffer, or your job will suffer, then I would get a warranty. And then when would I not get a warranty? Is if you feel kind of comfortable Googling and searching things, how to fix your machine a little bit. And if your machine's down for a couple of days, you can survive, no problem. I would not get a warranty. In general, warranties are, I mean, you can see how expensive these warranties are. But they're very, very nice. I've used them before. I had them from a company, and they're really, really, really nice. But you can see they're not cheap. I'm going to choose none, of course. I'll fix my machine myself. Office, we're going to get this through Edinburgh. So, well, here's the student home and student one, $130. But you guys get this for free through Edinburgh, so I'm going to leave that alone. Antivirus, don't get me started on antivirus. Antivirus software, in my opinion, is in fact itself a virus, because it does the exact thing. It constantly bothers you wanting to update and wanting you to spend money. It's the exact same thing a virus does. So I have my machine here at home is actually an Edinburgh machine, and it has some built-in stuff. But even if it was my own personal machine, I probably would not. I would just use the Windows Defender, the built-in antivirus and protection that the Windows operating system provides, because I hate when the little pop-up comes up all the time to update my antivirus stuff. Again, it depends on you. If you're doing accounting for people and you have access to people's banking account information as your job, certainly I would get the absolute best you could possibly buy. External optical drive. This is interesting to me that these are becoming optional now, but this is that they're not built in anymore, because people are starting not to use CDs. They just download software from the internet. So I guess it makes sense. But this would be, you would plug a external CD or DVD drive burner into your laptop, and then you could use it if you want to. Now, I'm going to do not include. I'm not going to choose one, because if I decide I need one, I could always go to Best Buy and buy one. This is easy. You just drive up and buy one. They just plug into the side via the USB port. There's nothing internal here. There's nothing you can't easily update. So if you wanted to save money, certainly one place to do it. I guess it's coming with a pen. I've never had a laptop with a pen, but, touchscreen pen type of thing. And what else to say about that? A USB-C to RJ45 adapter. That is going to be like your cell phone stuff to a normal, I think it is, or to an Ethernet cable. I'm not sure or to a video adapter. So these are going to be the USB ports on the side of the machine into different types of things that you need, whether it be a phone or a video card. Again, you could always just buy these separate. I don't know if these are good deals or not. I don't know much about that. Oh, and that's all there is to it on that one. So, yeah, good. So, and then, for the assignment, just hit, I was just envisioning you would take your specs and print them out. Let's see. I'm going to add this to cart. I think I'm way over budget. Yeah, look, this is actually a smoking deal for this machine. It's super fast. But if you could somehow take a screenshot of your configuration. Oh, here's even more stuff. Oh, well, we did a laptop, so I'm surprised that some laptops have an option for an extra battery. I forgot about that, or a bigger battery, which I think is always nice to have if you're truly using your laptop portably. If you don't plug it in constantly, like I actually always plug mine in when I use it. Here, view, edit, config. I would take this. Maybe somehow shrink it down. I'm hitting Control and scroll as best you can. Take a screenshot. I'm not too picky about it. I just kind of hope you go through and see that there are options in customizing a laptop, and maybe listen to what this video says, and so you'll understand what all that stuff is that you're seeing on those little cards or whatever. When you're at Best Buy, is that card in front of the laptop? You know what all this stuff is. You know that these are different processors, and these are the different displays, and what's the advantage and disadvantages per display. And if you're on a budget, you can't get everything, and you know what SSD drive are. What's interesting about here, I realize that's small, is that they don't offer the old traditional drive at all. Every single drive option on this machine is a solid state. I've never seen that before, but boy, I don't have one myself, but people who have these SSD drives, just their machine is unbelievably fast. So I can't wait to get one. One of these days I'll have one of those. But that's about it. So take a screenshot of that, put it in the assignment window, and that'll be it.